check this out. I'm laughing, right? Because I'm remembering a time when I did a silly thing around one of my crushes, and I like to share with you during today's story time. Come back. Welcome to another episode of Red Couch Chronicles. I'm Danielle. Thank you for coming back to my channel and supporting me along this journey. I look forward to, and I love just sharing myself with you and hearing from you in all of the comments that you leave on the videos. Hey, listen, as women, we know that there are silly things we do around the men that we crush on, and from time to time there's just one thing or maybe two things that we have done that have gotten on a list of things, of crazy things we've done around our crushes. And so today what I'm going to share with you are 5 silly things women do around their crushes, and embedded in that I'm going to share with you a story, one of my stories actually, of one of the things I did around someone I was crushing on. And so one day I went to a meeting. It was the first time that I had ever gone to this type of meeting. I went with some of my coworkers and some other teachers from another school, and unbeknownst to me, the person who was leading the meeting was a fellow educator, and I had never met him, never seen him before, but when he came in and he presented himself as the person who was leading the meeting, immediately I was smitten. And I think I've shared a little bit about this. You know, young, handsome, educated, nicely dressed, suit and tie black man. And you know, sometimes women, those types of black men come a dime a dozen. And so, not knowing the guy from Adam, like I said, I had just met him. I didn't know who he was. I didn't even really know what school he worked at. But just because of the confidence that he exuded, I found myself smitten with him for just that afternoon. And so as the meeting continued, I found myself hanging on his every word. We've all done that. I found myself looking at his face from every angle I could have found possible to look at his face. And I found myself just so enthralled, like, where do these black men come from? Where can we find more of them as African American sisters? Anyway, long story short, suffice it to say, when the meeting finally came to a close, it was a dinner meeting, and when the meeting finally came to a close, we're all getting up from the table, and because I was more paying attention to him than paying attention to my surroundings, I got up from where I was sitting, and because I got up so abruptly from the seat, I had a drink in front of me, and I don't know how it happened. I got up, the table went one way, the drink went another way, the drink spilled, it almost wet another lady's phone. I was so embarrassed. He looked at me like, dude, what are you doing? And I was so embarrassed to have spilled something, and not only spilled something, but looked so klutzy around this person who I was crushing on, if only for one afternoon. Funny, right? Jokes on me, egg on my face. But I want to share with you just very quickly, and I hope that you will share with me in the comment section below, what are 5 things that you have done, silly things around your crushes. Number 1 on the list is, like I said, being very klutzy, being very clumsy around your crush, not knowing how to handle your body, or maybe telling your body to do one thing, and because you're so nervous, your body ends up doing another thing. Second thing on the list is forgetting your name, and this happened to me one time. You know, a guy walked up to me, nice looking guy, brawny, big muscles, big chest, you know, hey, what's up, how are you, you know, what's your name, you talking to me? Yeah, we tend to do that sometimes because we're so nervous. Number 3 on the list is we laugh uncontrollably. Can you imagine just waiting for a long time to get to speak to someone with who you're crushing on, and then finally when the opportunity comes around, you can't string a sentence together, you can't think straight, you're giggling, you're laughing, you're so excited to be in his presence that you just can't stop laughing. Number 4 is that if, let's say for example, you're just so lucky to get your crush's phone number, in an effort to get conversation going, you will just send a random BS text just to see if he is going to respond. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. Hey, you win some, you lose some. And lastly, the 5th thing is you tend to stumble over your words, kind of like the giggling thing. Like I said, you can't string a sentence together, you can't think straight, you don't know what you're saying, you're falling over your tongue. And these are just some of the ways, my ladies, that when we get around our crushes, someone in whom we're interested and we're waiting to see, well, does he like me back? Is he interested too? What's really going on? These are just some of the things that happen to us in our haste and in our nervousness. Listen, I look forward to hearing some of your funny things, or reading rather, in the comment section. And hey, if I get some really interesting stories, I promise to make another follow-up video and share some of your stories, giving you all the credit, of course. I'm excited to hear what you have to say. Until next time, this is Danielle, and I will be here on this red couch waiting to see you again soon. Be well.